Welcome back to another video from Nelle, best known as Janelle. This is my long awaited lock update video, and I am sorry. First and foremost, let me apologize because it has been a good while since I've come on here and talked about my hair, about my locks, about my journey, about the process, and I wanted to make sure that I came on when my hair was finally retied, for one, and for two, when I had a whole bunch of information for you. So I wrote down everything that I'm gonna be needing to talk about. It's right here. So let's go. Let's just get right into it. First and foremost, I am officially 4 months locked. Yay! Woohoo! I made it to 4 months. So I have done my 4th retie since I'm 4 months in. Let me give you a little backstory on that retie because I was not going to do that at all. As you all know, I started my own MICROLOCs back on November 4th of 2020. Was it November 4th? Maybe November 18th. I need to remember these dates because I'm gonna have a lock birthday and everything, and I gotta celebrate on the correct day, or else I'm just gonna be out here looking stupid. So yeah, I did my 4th retie. I wasn't supposed to do it myself. Well, I had said that I wasn't gonna do it myself because I just didn't want to. Like the other 3 reties that I did, they took so long. You guys, when I tell you so long, the one that I did before this one, it took about 2 to 3 days, which is ridiculous. Like the whole reason that I locked my hair in the first place was because I was tired of spending hours detangling, deep conditioning, hot oil treating, styling, waiting for it to dry, and then taking it down and then styling. Like it was just too much. It was too much, and I have way too much going on in my life for me to be spending that much time on my hair anymore. I am not in my 20s anymore. I don't just have free time out the wazoo. I have a whole toddler. I have a whole job. I have multiple jobs. I have business ideas. I have things that I have to do. So I can't spend hours on my hair. So not hours, I can't spend days on my hair. So I was like, nah, this is out of the question. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to do some research and find some locticians and set up a consultation. And I'm gonna go have one of them do this retie moving forward because it's like, I just don't want to. Like I had gotten to a point where I was very sure that if I continued practicing and like researching and doing it over and over and over again, that I would get faster, I would get better, blah, 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 blah. But I was just at the point like, I don't care, I don't want to do that. So I set up an appointment and I had a consultation with a loctician, and it was a great experience. She was super sweet, she was super nice, and she gave me a lot of information. What she told me, first and foremost, I wanted to ask, like, how did I do? Tell me how I did starting off, because I did my own locks myself. And she was like, girl, these look really good for some DIY MICROLOCs. And I was like, oh my goodness, thank you. I did my best. And I was just really excited about that because that means that I'm not ruining my hair. So that's a good thing, that these locks are not bad. They're really good considering I did them myself. So once I got that confirmation and she told me like she couldn't see any holes or anything, or she couldn't see any major mistakes, she was like, she gave me her prices, and I was like, that's a little much. My cheapness won over my laziness, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to do this retie myself. So I did it myself, and guess how long it took? Not days. It took 1 day. Like, I did this entire retie 1 day, and I just don't know where this speed came from all of a sudden. Maybe I've just magically gotten better over the last 6 to 8 weeks. How? I don't know. I do think it has something to do with me changing the rotation that I've chosen to use moving forward. So I had experimented with a 4-point rotation, a 3-point rotation, and a 2-point rotation. Sometimes I did all 3 of those in the same retie. Sometimes I switched back and forth between a 2 and a 3. So this last one, I only did 2-point rotation. And the reason that I chose 2-point is because I wanted the volume that comes with a less compact lock. So if you don't know, a 2-point rotation is where you take your interlocking tool and you enter the lock at the root through the side and then through the top down. And those are the only 2 entry points that you use. I think that contributed a lot to the speed of my retie this time. So I'm gonna stick with that because a day I can do, and it ended up being much faster and it ended up being free. So pros and cons here, I'm always gonna choose free. I'm always gonna choose free. So if I can do it myself, even if I dread doing it myself, I'm gonna probably do it myself. So one thing that the loctician did notice with my locks is that I had a little bit of product buildup in some of my locks, and I may still have it, I'm not sure, but I did go out and buy a clarifying shampoo, and I'm actually working on developing my own product specifically for locks. For those of you who don't know, I do have a natural hair care line called Nappy Go Lucky, and Nappy Go Lucky was created out of necessity for products that worked for my hair when I had loose natural hair. I don't have loose natural hair anymore, so I'm gonna have to revisit some of those formulas and see what I can do to make the products more accessible to people with locks as well as loose natural hair. So that's my goal with that. I did attempt to do an apple cider vinegar rinse, and I don't think that that worked very well, or I just don't think that I made sure to do it thoroughly enough so that it got rid of the product buildup. So the product that was probably built up in my hair was my leave-in conditioner when I initially did my DIY locks. When I installed them, I did use a leave-in conditioner that I made myself, and it was a really thick, buttery leave-in conditioner, and I think that's the only product that I've been using or that I had ever used on my locks, because since installation, I haven't really been using any products aside from water, some oil, and that's pretty much it. Edge control, I had to cut that out. I had to let that go because I already saw, before I even went to the loctician, I was like, okay, I love having my edges done. I think it makes a look so clean and put together. But my thing was, I definitely was using the edge control, but it was out of control. I was doing too much. And I noticed product buildup like all along the edges. All of these locks had some type of product built up at the roots. So once I clarified that and got that done, what I decided to do, if I ever want to do my edges, then instead of using edge control or gel or any thick product like that, I'm gonna use some mousse. And it works. It's not as strong a hold, but it does get the job done. It makes it smooth and clean. So I'll take the mousse, put it along my edges. I'll take my edge brush and then swoop, and then I'll have to like tie it up real fast and then take that down once it's dry. And that tends to leave me with a clean enough look for my edges. I am still getting used to that because I like to do like all the swirly swoops. I love that. And I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that without getting product buildup. And the only way that I can think of is using mousse. So maybe if I find one with a better hold, that might be more beneficial for the look that I'm going for, but also will avoid the problem of product buildup, because I would much rather have clean, healthy locks than to have a day of pretty edges. You know what I'm saying? Moving right along. So I am going to go on a wash schedule. As of late, I have not been on a schedule at all. I've just been kind of like winging it. Whenever I felt like I needed to wash it, I would wash my hair. But I think I'm gonna start a schedule, and I'm gonna do every 2 weeks, I'm gonna wash my hair. Every 2 weeks I'm gonna wash my hair. I still don't know if I want to start conditioning it, but I haven't been conditioning it. I've just been washing it and then getting out and then oiling my scalp and oiling the locks. And that's pretty much been it as far as that. So what I'm gonna do right now is go ahead and give you a quick 360 so you can see my head in all its glory.
And tear-soaked cheeks, desperate for the dawn to bring back dignity. Time and time again I relapse, but love has never left me. Perhaps I should have found a way to pay it back. But forget will you take? Only take enough to swallow the pain. Drown the pain until it all wash away from the night.
Okay, so I still have a lot to learn. I still have a lot of growing to do with these locks, but I'm absolutely in love with this journey still, and I have absolutely no complaints because I wake up every day and I just go. I can spritz it with water and oil my scalp, and then I am just good. It's honestly one of the best, if not the best, hair decisions I have ever made, even going back to when I first went natural in the first place. Like this is everything. I've never been so in love with my hair. My lock count has changed. I did start with 275 locks. Then I combined, and then I ended up with 274. Then I went through and combined some more around my edges because they were just kind of weak. So I combined some locks and then I uncombined some other locks. It's crazy, but I'm at this point now, I have 268 locks, I think. So 268 locks. I kind of want to figure out a way to get back to 270 because I don't like that number. Some of the locks in the back have started budding. Like this one here is doing a whole lot of lock stuff. This one, let me get up close so you can see. So this lock is like budding and it feels like an actual lock. So I'm very proud of this one. Her name is Betty. I love the volume of my hair. I'm still in love with the cut of my hair. I'm very, very happy with my hair, and I promise that I will become more consistent with the videos that I give you. I'm going to be putting together a styling video showing you how I style my hair sometimes because I do a few different styles, and if you don't know, you should follow my Instagram at janelles.locs. And there I post reels and little tutorials on how I style my short MICROLOCs, my short starter locks. One more thing that I want to do is say thank you so much to the lock community for welcoming me with open arms. You all have been so warm and welcoming and so sweet and encouraging, and everything that I try to do, you have been so supportive, and I absolutely love it. You all are so near and dear to my heart. For all of my loyal subscribers, I love you all so much, and I really appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Make sure you all have a great day. I promise to come back with some more videos and more content for you again soon. Deuces.
Perhaps I should have found a way to pay it back.